Hello there. Welcome to Storytime, the Thursday episode coming to you from the Island Free Library. Well, coming to you with the Island Free Library from our remote branch on the west side, aka my house. So, um, we are gearing up for Storytime, and we are going to go ahead and get started. Okay? Okay. Ready, Madeline? Okay.
Ready.
Hands go up and hands go down. I can turn myself around. I can stand up on one shoe or foot or sock.
Or hand.
I can listen, so can you. I can sit, I'll show you how. Story time is starting now. Here. Say hello like this. We say hello like this. We're all here for story time, so say hello like this. We say hello to Madeline. We say hello to Madeline. We're all here for story time, so say hello to Madeline. Hi, Madeline.
Hi.
Let's see, who's this? We say hello to Hippo. We say hello to Hippo. We're all here for story time, so say hello to Hippo. Hi, Hippo.
Hi. He's clapping.
Good. We say hello to you. We say hello to you. We're all here for story time, so say hello to you. Hi. We're so glad you're here watching us. Um, so our books today all kind of revolve around trying something that might be different or learning about different opportunities. Um, or just not being afraid of something that's different. Being open to new ideas. So our first story is called The Top Job. This is written by Elizabeth Cody Kimmel, illustrated by Robert Newbecker. The Top Job. And published by Dutton Children's Books. So, what do you think the top job might be? What do you think from the illustration, Madeline? What do you think's happening? You think so? We'll see. Here we go. On career day, Mrs. Feeney asked her students to stand up in class and talk about their parents' jobs. Emma Sweetpaw said her dad was a UFO hunter. She said he used a two-ton telescope to search the sky for flying saucers and a giant satellite to receive alien transmissions. Elizabeth O'Malley asked if Emma's dad had introduced her to any real live space aliens. She said no, but she did get to see a meteor shower. Elizabeth O'Malley said her mom was a jeweler. Elizabeth got to hold diamonds, rubies, and emeralds, while her mom made a tiara for the Princess of Polonico. Aidan Draper asked if Elizabeth got to meet the princess. She said no, but she did get to see a very pretty woman trying on her engagement ring. Aidan Draper said his mom was a NASCAR driver. He went to the speedway and got to watch the race from a special booth for very special people. I asked Aidan if his mom let him try on the flame-proof jumpsuit. He said no, but he did get to wear her helmet on the way home. When it was my turn, I stood up in front of the class and said that my dad changed light bulbs. Anthony Swister said, "Boring," and laughed so hard he popped the top button off his pants. Mrs. Feeney told Anthony to put his head down on his desk. Then she said we were out of time for career day talks and asked the class to get out Spelling is Spectacular. But I wasn't finished yet, so I didn't sit down or get out my spelling book. I stayed where I was and I kept on talking. I said that my dad had changed a light bulb just last weekend. He let me go along to help. We had to get up very early because it would take most of the day. Then we took a bus, a train, and a subway just to get to the building where the light bulb needed changing. And getting to the building was only the beginning. I helped him put on his work stuff next, just the usual. A hard hat with a light attached, leather gloves with cut-off fingers, climbing harness, a coil of manila safety rope, sticky-bottomed climber's boots, and coveralls with his name sewed right on the front. He had a special bag clipped onto his harness to hold the new light bulb. It's about the size of your beagle's head, but 620 watts brighter. Next, he had to get the light bulb all the way up to the building's tippy top. Everyone in my class started to look kind of interested, so I kept right on talking. I explained there was no ladder in the whole world big enough to reach the top of this building. Dad and I took an elevator up as high as it went to the 102nd floor, but we still had a long way to go. We walked to a special hatch. We opened it up, and that's where I stayed. I had a great view of the clouds from there. But Dad went through the hatch to the outside of the building. That's where the ladder is. I explained that only extremely special and important people are allowed to climb the ladder. And I looked at Aiden when I said that. I told the class that my job was to stay by the hatch and be the lookout while Dad climbed. I looked out for anything that might be important, like thunderstorms or flocks of birds or UFOs. And I looked at Emma when I said that. Dad climbed and climbed and climbed. I said my dad had to be very strong and not afraid of heights. That's because he had to climb to the very top of the ladder, which is built onto a big antenna. The light bulb went on the tippy top of the antenna. Mrs. Feeney closed, spelling is spectacular, and asked, "Exactly how high is this tippy top your dad has to get to?" I whipped out my pocket calculator. I told Mrs. Feeney that the ladder on the antenna went up for 117 feet. After that, Dad had to climb right up the antenna itself, using little bolts to put his feet on. But that was only for the last 87 feet. That makes 204 feet, plus those 102 floors we came up on the elevator. I explained that's why I had brought my catcher's mitt, just in case. Dad only had the one light bulb with him, and if he dropped it, I did a quick sum on the calculator, and I didn't catch it, it would fall 1,453 feet and 8 9/16 inches to the sidewalk. So, I probably would have broken. Mrs. Feeney said, "Oh my goodness, I certainly hope he climbed nice and slowly." I said, "No, as a matter of fact, he had to go pretty fast. See, usually there's 17 million watts going through the antenna for the TV stations and radio stations that use it for their broadcasts. They have to shut them all down while the light bulb is being changed. And, I said, TV and radio stations do not like to be shut down for very long." Mrs. Feeney asked me to please continue. So I said that by now the sun had set and the stars were coming out. Dad and I were so high up in the sky, the stars looked like diamonds you could just reach out and grab. I looked at Elizabeth when I said that. And I mentioned that on the observation deck below, a whole crowd of tourists started cheering. They had been watching all along. Dad and I were used to that. He held onto the antenna with one hand and waved with the other. I held onto my catcher's mitt with one hand and waved with the other. But by then there was no time to lose. Dad took out his old light bulb and pulled the new one out of his special bag. We all held our breath. He screwed in the new light bulb one turn at a time. The Empire State Building was back in business. Everyone was still cheering when my dad climbed back down the ladder and through the hatch. He told me the bulb would stay lit for 2 years before burning out. I said this was good news for birds and UFO pilots and King Kong, and anyone else who needed to see the tippy top of this building in the dark. Mrs. Feeney said, "Gracious, how exciting! Is there anything else?" I explained that, just if anyone was interested, the antenna was originally supposed to be a mooring mast for airships called dirigibles. I told Mrs. Feeney she might want to look that word up in spelling is spectacular and write it on the blackboard, since it's hard to spell. I finished up by telling the class that after Dad climbed back down, we went and had a hot dog at the snack bar. Dad got me a t-shirt too. I was on the top of the world at the Empire State Building. Mrs. Feeney said, "Do you think the class would go to work with you and your dad next weekend and watch him change another light bulb?" I told Mrs. Feeney that next weekend my dad wasn't going to change any light bulbs. He was going to wash some windows instead. You know where he is? Do you know where he is, Madeline? You know what statue this is? Yes. Can you tell everyone? Yeah, it's the Statue of Liberty. Well, that's why he's got his harness, right? Okay.
Have a seat.
Okay, I need everyone to go grab a few crayons. Okay, look for these colors. See if you can get a yellow crayon, purple crayon, a red crayon, a blue crayon, and a green crayon, or any variation. Okay, even if you don't have all these, I'm gonna give you a minute to go get some crayons for our song. Okay. Go grab your crayons, go grab your crayons, so we can do a song together. Woohoo! Okay, did you grab your crayons? Madeline, do you have your crayons? Here, we need you. Here's your crayons. Okay, I will sing it. Okay, you gotta listen. Ready? Put your blue crayon in the air, hold it high and leave it there. Put your blue crayon on your back. Now please lay it in your lap. Hold your blue crayon in your hand. Now everyone please stand. Oh, hope you need the blue crayon. Wave your blue crayon at the door. Now please lay it on the floor. Hold your blue crayon and jump and jump and jump. Hold your blue crayon way, way up. Good. Now we're going to do green. Hold your, oh, put your green crayon in the air. Hold it high and leave it there. Put your green crayon on your back. Now please lay it in your lap. Hold your green crayon in your hand. Now everyone please stand. Wave your green crayon at the door. Now please lay it on the floor. Hold your green crayon and jump and jump and jump. Hold your green crayon way, way up.
I don't think I have it anymore. I think
Can you hold it way up? Thank you. Okay, now we will do red. Put your red crayon in the air and hold it high and leave it there. Put your red crayon on your back. Now please lay it in your lap. Hold your red crayon in your hand. Now everyone please stand. Wave your red crayon at the door. Now please lay it on the floor. Lay it on the floor. Hold your red crayon and jump and jump and jump. Hold your red crayon way, way up. Good.
I have this color.
Okay. Put your yellow crayon in the air and hold it high and leave it there. Put your yellow crayon on your back. Now please lay it on your lap. Hold your yellow crayon in your hand. Now everyone please stand. Wave your yellow crayon at the door.
Now please
lay it on the floor. Hold your yellow crayon and jump and jump and jump. Hold your yellow crayon way, way up. One more, purple, okay? Put your purple crayon in the air, hold it high and leave it there. Put your purple crayon on your back. Now please lay it in your lap. Hold your purple crayon in your hand. Yeah, let everyone see. Now everyone, please stand. Wave your purple crayon out the door. Now please lay on the floor. Hold your purple crayon and jump and jump and jump. Hold your purple crayon way, way up. Good. Okay. Oh, you need your hands for this one too, Madeline. Okay? Okay. You need your fingers. Show me your fingers. Show over your fingers. Good. Dance your fingers up, up high. Dance your fingers down, down low. Dance your fingers side to side and dance them all around. Dance them on your shoulders. Dance them on your head. Dance them on your tummy and put them to bed. I'll do it one more time. Dance your fingers up, up high. Dance your fingers way down low. Dance your fingers side to side and dance them all around. Dance them on your shoulders. Dance them on your head. Dance them on your tummy and put them to bed. Good. Okay, we're going to get to our next story, which is called Roasted Peanuts.
That sounds gross.
Why? Roasted Peanuts by Tim Egan.
It just sounds gross.
Okay. What's the title of the book? It's published by Houghton Mifflin. And if you've ever been to a baseball game, you will know that peanuts are very popular to eat at baseball games. Okay, so they're playing baseball. Of all the things that Sam and Jackson loved, nothing beat baseball. Nothing was better than a warm afternoon at Grant's Field with the sun shining on the bright green grass, the cheers of the crowd, and a bag of roasted peanuts. Nothing. As far back as they could remember, the two of them had always played ball together. Sam was an amazing athlete. He was very strong and fast, and most folks assumed that one day he'd play for the big leagues. Jackson was another story. One might expect him to be quick and agile, but that wasn't the case. He was the slowest cat anyone had ever seen. He couldn't hit the ball if he tried, and he rarely caught it, even when it was thrown right to him. He did, however, have a terrific arm. He could throw really far and with great accuracy, and Sam, being a good friend, always encouraged him. Another great throw, he'd say. You're a natural, Jackson. Jackson would smile and say, yeah, you and me, Sammy, we're going to be legends. Now, the day came when Sam and Jackson were finally old enough to try out for the local team, the Grazers. All through the tryouts, Sam was incredible. He hit almost every pitch out of the park and caught every ball that came near him. It was obvious who the best player on the field was. It was also pretty obvious who the worst was. Although he threw the ball well, Jackson didn't throw fast enough to be a pitcher. He never even came close to hitting a ball, let alone catching one, and he ran so slowly that some folks actually started laughing. It was a tough day for Jackson, and he went home feeling very defeated. When the team was announced the following week, it came as no surprise that Sam was chosen and Jackson wasn't. As they read the names, Jackson said quietly, well, at least one of us will be a legend. It kind of took all the joy out of the whole thing for Sam. Practices started soon after that, and while Sam was gone every day, Jackson spent much of his time sitting on the steps of his apartment, feeling sorry for himself. Sam practiced hard with the team, but without Jackson around, it just wasn't as fun. One afternoon after practice, Sam noticed a poster on the wall of the ballpark. He tore the poster down and ran over to Jackson's apartment. Check this out, he shouted as he held up the poster. It read, Wanted, peanut vendor, must throw well, free admission to every Grazer game. It's a sign, shouted Sam. I can see that, said Jackson. No, said Sam, it's a sign for you. You throw great. You could come to every great game. Jackson looked at the poster. Thanks, Sammy, but no thanks, he said. The Grazers had their first game the following Saturday, and to everyone's surprise, Sam played terribly. He struck out every time and dropped 3 fly balls. The Grazers lost 17-3. Many in the crowd blamed Sam. The next games weren't much better. Sam just wasn't playing well at all, and folks were starting to talk. "That horse is a disgrace," said one fellow after a game. "Whatever he had before, he sure doesn't have any more." Jackson couldn't help but hear some of these comments. During the next game, Sam walked up to the plate. He'd already struck out twice, and for the first time in his life, he actually heard a few boos from the stands. The pitcher threw the first ball. "Strike one!" yelled the umpire. More folks started booing. Then came the second pitch. "Strike two!" shouted the ump. "Throw the horse out!" shouted someone. "Yeah!" shouted another. "Go back to the farm!" But over the boos, Sam suddenly heard a familiar voice. "Peanuts! Peanuts! Get your peanuts before the horse strikes out again!" It was Jackson. He was holding a box of peanuts. He looked down at Sam and yelled, "You see that stick you're holding? That's called a bat. You want to use that to hit the little ball they throw at you." Sam smiled, turned toward the pitcher, and dug in his shoes. The pitcher threw the ball, and Sam knocked it out of the park. The crowd went crazy. As Sam rounded the bases, a lady yelled, "Hey, peanut guy, over here!" The lady was a few sections away, and Jackson didn't feel like walking that far, so he just threw the bag of peanuts. It landed perfectly on her lap. "Wow," said a fellow. "Did you see that throw? Hey, how about a bag up here?" This guy was at the top of the bleachers. Jackson pulled back and threw another bag, and again it landed right on the guy's lap. "Amazing!" shouted someone else. Jackson kept throwing the peanuts so perfectly that by the fifth inning, the crowd was watching him as much as the game. As the season continued, Sam played brilliantly, and the Grazers started winning every game. And with each game, Jackson became more well-known himself. It became a tradition to let him get really far away before yelling, "Hey, Jackson, over here!" His record was an unbelievable 63 rows away. Sometimes, after the game, Sam and Jackson would stand together outside the park and sign autographs. The season came down to the final game on October 26th. The Grazers were in top form, but the other team, the Barkers, were also very good. In the bottom of the ninth inning, the score was tied 7-7. There were 2 outs with a cow on third, and Sam was at bat. He swung the first pitch and missed. As the crowd moaned, a lady yelled, "Hey, Jackson, over here!" Jackson turned and looked. She was at least 100 rows away, and he didn't think he could make a throw that far. The pitcher threw the second pitch. Strike two. The crowd started grumbling as Lady shouted again, "Jackson, come on, over here!" Nobody could make a throw that far, yelled someone. Not even Jackson. Jackson looked down at Sam. Sam looked up at Jackson. By now, some of the players in the field were starting to look up at the stands. The pitcher threw the third pitch just as Jackson threw his bag of peanuts. Sam swung at the ball and hit it perfectly. As the ball sailed over the field, the peanuts sailed over the crowd. Some folks weren't sure which one to watch. The peanuts landed perfectly on the lady's lap, and the crowd went crazy. Unfortunately, Sam's hit was dropping into center field. It would be an easy out. But the guy playing center field had been so busy watching Jackson's throw that the ball hit him on the head, and the cow on third base ran home and scored the winning run. Rarely in the history of baseball has a crowd gone so wild. Sam became a champion and played for 7 great seasons. He still goes to the games every Saturday, where he watches his best friend break his peanut throwing record every year. And everyone agrees that, while many legends have come and gone at Grant's Field, only one is still part of the game. Ready, Lou? Need your arms again, okay? Put your arms up. Put your arms down. Put them through the middle. Move them all around. One arm to the left. One arm to the right. Give yourself a hug and hold on tight. One more time. Put your arms up. Put your arms down. Put your arms to the middle and move them all around. One arm to the left, one arm to the right. Give yourself a hug and hold on tight. We're going to do a little bit of Down by the Bay. If you want to dance at home, you can. And we'll read our last story. We are running a little. Okay. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a fly wearing a tie? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a bear combing his hair? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a moose kissing a goose? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a llama wearing pajamas? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever have a time when you couldn't make a rhyme? Down by the bay. Okay, we have one more story to read together. Pete the Cat and the Bad Banana by James Dean, published by HarperCollins. Pete the Cat is eating a banana. Pete loves bananas. They are sweet and tasty and easy to peel. Every morning, Pete puts a banana in his cereal. Sometimes Pete puts a banana on his peanut butter sandwich. But one day, Pete eats a bad banana. The banana is gross. The banana is mushy. The banana is yucky. Pete's tummy hurts. I will not eat bananas again, Pete tells his mom. Pete's mom tries to help. She bakes Pete's favorite, banana bread. Pete will not touch it. She makes Pete a banana cream pie. Pete will not eat it. She gets Pete a big banana split. No thanks, Pete says. Instead, Pete tries a lemon. It is yellow like a banana. Pete tastes it. Yuck, says Pete. The lemon is sour. Pete tries a pickle. It is long like a banana. Pete tastes it. Better, Pete says, but not as good as a banana. Pete tries an orange. It has to be peeled like a banana. The orange is sweet, but it is too juicy. It makes Pete's paws sticky. Pete tries fish, plums, rice, hot dogs, watermelon, and his mom's nut bread. Pete eats them all. He is not hungry for bananas anymore. Then comes the big race. What should Pete have for breakfast? A pickle? No, Pete doesn't eat pickles for breakfast. A hot dog? No, Pete just had a hot dog for dinner last night. A lemon? No, that's just silly. Pete wants a banana. They're yummy and healthy. Bananas are the best. Do you have another banana? Pete asks. Of course, says Greg the monkey. Pete peels the banana slowly. It is not brown. It's not mushy. Pete takes a teeny tiny bite. It is a yummy banana. It is the best banana ever. Thanks to Greg and his banana, Pete wins the race. Pete is bananas for bananas.
Before we move, I just wanted to tell you I make a cool craft with 3 pipe cleaners. You remove a pipe cleaner, you make it go in a spiral, wrap, and then take one and then attach it to this, make it so you can hang it on a Christmas tree, and then just swirl these both ends on crayons and then just tie them to here.
Wow.
It's a pretty cool craft.
It is.
It's a Christmas craft.
Yes. Or it doesn't even have to just be, it could be for any time.
Yeah.
We got tickle the stars, Lou. Ready?
Tickle the stars?
Yes.
I want a star.
Tickle the stars.
I want to grab some.
Tickle your toes. Turn around and pretend to tickle your nose. Reach down low. Reach way up high. Story time is over, so wave goodbye. Okay, today
Our craft.
we are going to, you want to tell them what we're going to make?
We're going to make a moment of peace jar. Well, that's exactly what
A
they
what?
call it. Moment of peace jar.
It could be called a moment. It could be called a calm jar.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to use glitter, glue,
I love glue.
and water. That's what we're going to use to make our, you can use any jar. This is the one that we have.
We have a bunch of different types. You can also get types like this, because they're, even though they're teeny tiny, they'll still work.
Okay. What is that?
You have got.
Maybe we should do this. Should we do the smaller one just for the demo?
Yeah.
Okay.
But can we just make a bunch of different?
We're gonna make a smaller one.
Just for right now. The bigger jar, the more glue you'll have to use.
So Madeline, I'm gonna get the water. It needs to be hot water. So Madeline, putting the glue in. Okay. Putting the glue in the bottom. I'm gonna get the hot water for you, and I'm gonna heat up. You want to seal the lid, so I'm gonna heat up this glue gun. You can also use super glue. Just because you don't want it all over the place, especially because you're using glitter. Anyone that knows me knows I do not use glitter that often, so.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think so.
About that much. If
Okay.
you're using a small jar. If you're using a bigger jar, you'll need more. Yeah. Yeah. Yes!
Add my water. Okay.
I don't want to get the glue all over here, so we're just going to close it up.
Okay. Put our hot water in. I need to go. Making me nervous already. So. Now you're gonna put some glitter in. Okay. You shake some glitter in as much as you want.
The more glitter, the more it'll show up.
Here, let me take the top off.
Yes. But I'll just sprinkle a little
We just
glitter.
have rainbow glitter.
But rainbow's fine. That's good.
That's a lot.
Now we have to stir it.
We're gonna stir it up. Okay. And these, if you just need a moment, if like you just want to chill out, these are good for that.
I'm just gonna use a mini fork.
Okay, here. I'll hold it. You stir it. Okay, and then we're gonna shake it up after we stir it up a little bit. Make sure you get to the bottom.
It looks like confetti in there.
Yeah. And what you can also do.
I know once you're in 2nd grade, you might be able to make these.
You want to put a little. You want to make it. Put a color in it.
Yes.
Food coloring.
Okay.
You can add a color to it. I'll get it.
There's a type.
Madeline.
The one pink. I want pink.
A little food coloring in it.
Actually, I'm gonna do purple because it's one of my favorite colors. Okay.
Okay.
Last time I had to choose, I chose pink, so last time I had to choose something. Think.
There are a lot of different ways to make these jars.
There are ways this
Yeah.
way. Ooh.
Yep. We're using what we have here. I'm going to shake it now. Okay. I'm not gluing it up yet. I'm just going to shake it up a little bit right now. Okay. And then you can use it. Like I like how Madeline phrased it, a moment of peace. Okay. So she might want to add some more glitter. Okay. I might mix up the glue a little bit more, and then I'll seal it.
It looks really pretty with the purple. You might
Yeah,
want to use one that's not as dark, though.
Okay.
Like pink. Or orange. Or
Yep.
teal.
Yeah, but you can watch it go around.
Yeah, that's what we do in our classroom. We have one this big, but it has a lot more, and it's blue. It doesn't have blue coloring in it, but it looks pretty cool. We were gonna make one, but no, you know what happens before we could do that.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna try and help out with it next year. Just gonna help out since we have a lot of jars.
Okay, so that's our moment of peace calm jar craft for today. Okay. Hope you enjoyed story time today. We are signing off for now, and we will be back soon. Okay. Bye.
Bye.